Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to English Listening Practice. Today, I want to talk about something we all have, but never enough of time. You know how it feels, right? We blink once, and suddenly, it's Friday again. Time moves fast, especially when we're busy with work, family, and life. But here's the truth. If we don't learn to use time wisely, time will start to control us. In this lesson, let's learn how to take back our time, live with balance, and make every moment count. The illusion of plenty of time when we are young. Time feels endless. We wake up every morning believing there is always tomorrow. We say, I'll do it later. I'll start next week. Or I'll try when I have more time. But as we grow, we slowly begin to see the truth. Time never waits. It moves quietly, even when we are not paying attention. Have you ever looked back and said, wow, that year went by so fast? Or maybe you remember being in school and thinking life would move slowly. But now, everything feels like it's moving too quickly. That's because when we are young, we live with the illusion of plenty of time. Let's imagine two young friends, Emma and Jack. Both of them are 20 years old. Emma thinks, I have plenty of time to learn new things. I'll focus later. She spends her days scrolling through social media, watching videos, and hanging out with friends. Time passes, day after day, year after year. Jack, on the other hand, thinks differently. He says, I also have time, but I want to use it wisely. Every day, he spends just 20 minutes learning something English, business, or reading a book. It doesn't seem like much, but over a year, that small habit adds up. 10 years later, Emma and Jack meet again. Emma is 30. She looks back and says, where did my time go? I had so many dreams, but I kept waiting for the right moment. Jack smiles. He's still young, but now he speaks English confidently, has new skills, and feels proud. The difference between them isn't luck or talent. It's how they use their time. This is the quiet truth of life. Time feels endless, but it's always moving. You can't see it, but it's slipping through your fingers every day. That's why the earlier you start, the better your future becomes. If you are young right now, this is your best chance to start building. Build your knowledge. Build your discipline. Build your dreams. Because everything you learn now will help you later. Think about learning English, for example. If you study just 15 minutes every day, that's over 90 hours in a year. In 2 or 3 years, you'll be speaking confidently. But if you wait, telling yourself, I'll start next year, you'll look back and realize that year disappeared. And you're still in the same place. Many people believe that youth lasts forever. But it doesn't. Time is like a river, calm, quiet, always flowing. You can't stop it, but you can learn to use its flow. If you swim with it, it can carry you far. If you just stand still, it passes by, leaving you behind. Some people think, I'll start when I feel ready. But here's the secret. You will never feel fully ready. No one does. Readiness comes from starting, not from waiting. Let me tell you a short story. There was once a young man named Leo. He wanted to learn guitar, but kept delaying. I'll start next month, he said. I'm busy right now. Months became years. One day, when he turned 35, he met his friend playing guitar beautifully at a party. Leo felt regret. His friend told him, I started 10 years ago, just 15 minutes a day. You could have done the same. Leo smiled sadly and said, I had the same idea 10 years ago. This story is simple but powerful. It shows that the illusion of time makes us believe there's always later. But later never comes, only now exists. So if you are young, don't waste your most valuable resource. You can always earn more money, but you can never earn more time. Use your mornings wisely. Try new things. Take small risks. Learn something new. Even if you don't see results immediately, you're growing. The time you invest in yourself today will return to you in the future multiplied. For example, imagine planting a tree. When you plant the seed, nothing seems to happen for weeks, but deep underground, the roots are growing. Months later, the tree starts to appear. Years later, it provides shade and fruit. That's how time works. The seeds you plant today, your habits, your learning, your actions will grow and reward you later. So ask yourself, what am I doing with my time right now? Are you watching time pass by, or are you using it to build your dreams? The truth is, time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't stop when you're tired or distracted. It moves second by second, day by day. That's why you must make a choice. Will you control your time, or will you let time control you? Let's make a promise together. From today, we will stop saying someday and start saying today. Because someday is not on the calendar, but today is. And remember this phrase, start now. Your future self will thank you. It's okay to begin small. Maybe just 10 minutes a day to learn English. Maybe one short walk to take care of your health. Maybe one call to reconnect with a friend. Small actions add up when you do them every day. Time is precious, and you only get one chance to use it well. So don't let the illusion of plenty of time fool you. Begin now while you can, while you have energy and dreams. In the end, you'll look back not with regret, but with pride, because you didn't wait for time. You moved with it, and you made every moment count. Work is important, but not everything. When we become adults, our lives start to fill up with work. We wake up early, rush to the office or our job, come home tired, and repeat the same thing the next day. It feels like life becomes one long to-do list. Meetings, deadlines, responsibilities. Work becomes the center of our world. Of course, work is important. We need to work to live, to buy food, pay bills, support our families. There is nothing wrong with working hard. In fact, it's something to be proud of. But sometimes, without noticing, we begin to live only for work and forget the reason we work in the first place: to live a happy and meaningful life. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Daniel. He was a successful businessman. Every morning, he left home before sunrise and came back after dark. His wife and kids loved him, but they hardly saw him. Whenever his children asked him to play, he would say, "Not now. Daddy's busy." He always promised, "Next weekend, I'll have time." But the weekend never came. Years passed. One day, Daniel looked up from his computer and realized his children were no longer children. They had grown up while he was busy working. He had given them everything: a nice house, good clothes, good schools, but he missed what truly mattered: time with them. Daniel wasn't a bad man. He just believed that working harder meant loving his family more. But he forgot that love isn't only about providing things. It's about being present, listening, sharing, laughing, and creating memories together. One night, Daniel sat on his couch, surrounded by success, yet he felt empty. He said to himself, "I spent my time earning money, but I lost the time that money could never buy back." That story is a reminder for all of us. Work gives money, but time gives meaning in our world today. Being busy almost sounds like an achievement. When someone asks, "How are you?" we proudly answer, "Busy," as if it means we're successful. But being busy doesn't always mean being productive, and it definitely doesn't mean being happy. Sometimes we need to pause and ask, what am I working for? If you are young, maybe you dream of success, a better job, more income, or recognition. That's good. Dreams give direction. But remember, don't lose your life while chasing your living. If you are around 40 or older, you might already be deep in your work life, taking care of your family, managing responsibilities, trying to build a secure future. That's also important. But never forget that your family, your health, and your happiness need time too. You see, work is just one part of life. It's like a wheel, one of many that keep your life moving. The other wheels are health, family, friendships, learning, and peace of mind. If you focus on only one wheel work, your life will become unbalanced. Here's a small example. Imagine you have a smartphone. You charge it every night because it runs out of battery after a full day. But what about you? Do you recharge yourself? Or do you keep working until your battery runs out? You can't run forever without rest, without reflection, without connection. Even machines need breaks, and so do you. Some people believe that rest is lazy. But rest is not laziness, it's preparation. Taking time to relax, to spend time with loved ones. To reflect on your goals, that's how you grow stronger. Let's talk about balance. Balance doesn't mean working less. It means living wisely. It means giving the right amount of time to the right things. You can work hard during the day, but still have dinner with your family. You can focus on your job, but still make time for your health, maybe a walk, some exercise, or reading before bed. The key is not to let work steal your identity. You are not just your job title. You are a friend, a son or daughter, a parent, a learner, a dreamer. Let me share a thought. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. This quote might sound simple, but it's powerful. Many people realize this too late. They retire and then suddenly say, "Now I'll live." But by then, their energy and opportunities have changed. Why not live a little right now? Even small changes can make a difference. Try to put your phone away during dinner. Spend 10 minutes talking with someone you love. Take 1 hour a week just for yourself, to think, to read, or to rest. And if you're younger, remember this: don't trade your best years only for money. Yes, build your career, but also build your character. Build relationships. Build health. Build joy, because in the end, when you look back, you won't remember the long nights at your desk. You'll remember the laughter, the walks, the small moments that made you feel alive. Of course, we can't stop working. The world doesn't work that way. But we can work with purpose. When you have balance, work becomes more meaningful. You do it not just to survive, but to grow, to create, and to help others. Work gives structure to your day. But what gives structure to your life is how you spend the moments in between. So, the next time you feel trapped in endless work, pause for a second. Look around. Ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today that gives meaning to my time? Maybe it's a short call to your parents, reading a page of a good book, or going for a walk in the evening. These small things are not wasted time. They are investments in your happiness. To sum up, work is important. It helps you grow and support others. But work is not everything. Life needs balance. Time with people you love. Time for your mind and health. That's what gives life its true value. Because at the end of the day, your job can replace you, but your family, your friends, and your dreams cannot. So yes, work hard. Be proud of what you do. But never let work take over your whole life. Remember, you work to live, you don't live only to work. And as we move to the next section, let's keep one simple thought in our hearts. Work gives money, but time gives meaning. The clock never stops. Time is like a river. It never flows backward. You can stand in the water. You can touch it. You can watch it move past you. But once it's gone forever. The same is true with our time. Every minute that passes will never return. We can't pause it, rewind it, or buy more of it. The clock never stops. When we're young, we don't think much about time. We feel like we have plenty. We believe we can always start later, tomorrow, next week, next year. But one day, we look back and realize how quickly it all went by. Do you remember being in school and thinking, I can't wait to grow up? Now, as adults, we sometimes wish we could go back to when life felt simple and slow. But that's the thing. Time only moves forward. Let's take a moment to think about this. How did you spend your last 24 hours? Did you do something that moved you closer to your goals? Did you spend time with someone you love? Or did you let the hours disappear without noticing? This question isn't to make you feel guilty, it's to make you aware. Because awareness is power. Once you become aware of how you use your time, you can start to change it. Many people live on autopilot. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch something online, scroll through their phone and sleep, only to repeat the same pattern again and again. Days blur together. Time passes quietly. And then, suddenly, another year is gone. Have you ever looked at an old photo and thought, wow, that was 5 years ago already? It feels like yesterday. That's the speed of time. For young people, it's easy to think, I still have time. But here's the truth. Time is not something we have. It's something we use. You don't own it. You only borrow it, and the clock is always ticking. There's a saying, you can make more money, but you can't make more time. It's true. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose things and replace them. But when you lose time, it's gone forever. That's why time is more valuable than gold. Let's look at how this plays out in real life. There's a young woman named Mina. She's in her 20s and has big dreams. She always tells herself she'll start learning English soon. She says, next week I'll have more time. But next week becomes next month, and next month becomes next year. She always has something else to do. Work, friends, rest. Then one day, Mina meets an old classmate who has become fluent in English. The classmate says, I just practiced 15 minutes a day for the last 3 years. Mina realizes that if she had started when she first planned to, she could have been fluent too. It's not that Mina didn't have time, she just didn't use it wisely. The clock kept moving while she waited for the perfect moment. There's never a perfect moment. The only perfect time to start is now. If you're in your 20s, time feels endless, but it's the best moment to build your future. Learn, grow, travel, make mistakes, start again. These years are seeds for your future garden. If you're around 40, time feels faster. You've seen how years pass like seasons. You might think it's too late to start something new, but it's not. You can't go back to your 20s, but you can still plant new seeds today. They may grow differently, but they will grow if you start now. Remember the river, it keeps flowing. You can't stop the water, but you can decide how to use it. You can swim with the current, you can build a bridge, or you can simply enjoy the view. What matters is that you don't just stand and watch it pass. Let's try a small reflection. Together, close your eyes and imagine your ideal day. How would you spend it? Who would you be with? What would you do? Now, open your eyes. Think about your real day yesterday. Were they similar? If not, what's one small thing you can change today to make them closer? You see, change doesn't require a big jump. It starts with awareness. Awareness of time leads to better choices, and better choices create a better life. Another saying goes, lost time is never found again. But don't let that scare you. Let it guide you. It means your moments are precious. If you waste one, learn from it. If you lose one, make the next one count. Time is a teacher. It gives lessons quietly, without words. When we ignore it, we feel regret. But when we respect it, time becomes our best friend to make the most of your time. Try this simple idea, the golden hour rule, every day. Give 1 golden hour to something meaningful, learning, exercise, connection, or rest. It doesn't matter when, morning, lunch, or night, as long as it's yours. That 1 hour can change your life over time. Because when you invest time wisely, The return is happiness, growth, and peace of mind. Let's also remember that time is not just about doing more, it's about being more. Being present. Being grateful. Being aware of this exact moment. Maybe you're listening to this right now after a long day. Maybe you feel tired or worried. But pause for a second and breathe. You are here, alive, with time in your hands right now. That's a gift. So, my dear friend, don't let time take over your life. Take over your time. Guide it. Use it with purpose. Because the clock never stops, but you can choose how to move with it. Time is like a river. It never flows backward. So don't just watch it go by. Step in and start swimming. For the young, start building early if you are young. This message is especially for you. You have something very powerful right now: time, energy, and curiosity. These are your biggest gifts. When you're young, it feels like life will go on forever. You might think, I still have time to start later. But later comes faster than you expect. The habits, skills, and mindsets you build today will shape your future tomorrow. Think of your life like a garden. The seeds you plant now, your efforts, your learning. Your experiences will grow into the trees that give you fruit in the future. But if you wait too long to plant, you might have an empty garden when you need it most. Let me tell you a simple story. There were two friends, Anna and Leo. At 18, Anna decided to start learning English for 15 minutes a day. She wasn't perfect, and sometimes she was tired, but she kept going. Leo, on the other hand, said, I'll start later, maybe after university. I'm too busy now. 5 years passed. Anna was speaking confidently. She got a good job, made international friends, and felt proud of herself. Leo finally decided to start learning, but he realized it was much harder to find time and energy. The difference wasn't talent, it was timing. Anna started early. That's the power of starting now. Your future self will thank you for every small step you take today. Start now. Your future self will thank you. When you're young, you have more flexibility, more time to experiment, and more chances to fail and learn. You don't need to have everything figured out. What matters is that you start moving. Here are some simple areas where young people start building early. 1. Learning skills. Learn something new. A language. A skill, a craft, a subject that excites you. Every skill you gain becomes a tool you can use later. You don't need to be the best. You just need to begin. Maybe you want to learn English, coding, drawing, public speaking, or even cooking. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time never comes. Only the present moment does. Too. Building good habits, your habits shape your destiny. If you build strong habits now, reading daily, exercising, managing your money, learning, they will support you for life. But if you build lazy habits, they will also follow you. Every small choice adds up. You become what you repeat. 3. Managing time. Learn to manage your time wisely. Use your mornings. Make small daily goals. If you waste your free time now, you might regret it later when life becomes busier. Try this. Write down one thing you can do every day that builds your future. Just one thing. Then do it even for 5 minutes. 4. Investing in relationships. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. Teachers, mentors, positive friends. The people you spend time with will influence who you become. Choose people who help you grow. 5. Taking care of your health. When you're young, your body feels strong. But don't take it for granted. Eat well, sleep well, and move your body. Health is your real wealth. Without it, time feels shorter and harder now. Let's talk about fear. The fear of starting. Many young people don't start because they think they're not ready, not good enough, or not smart enough. But here's the truth. Nobody starts ready. You become ready by starting when you take your first step. even a small one, you begin to build confidence. And confidence is built through action, not waiting. Let's look at another example. There was a young man named Ravi who loved computers. At 17, he didn't know anything about coding. But instead of waiting for university, he started watching free tutorials online. At first, it was confusing. He made mistakes. He failed many times. But he kept learning. By the time he was 22, he had created his own app and got a job at a tech company. People called him lucky, but it wasn't luck. It was the result of starting early, learning daily, and not giving up. You might not know what you want to do yet, and that's okay. Explore different things. Try something new each month. Read books, watch educational videos, talk to people with experience. Curiosity is your greatest teacher. Remember, the earlier you start, the more time you have to learn from your mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. They are feedback. Each mistake teaches you something that brings you closer to success. If you start today, imagine where you'll be in 5 years. If you wait for 5 years to start, imagine where you could have been. That's why time is so powerful. It multiplies your actions. The earlier you act, the more time you give your future to grow. So, my friend, if you are in your teens or 20s, listen carefully. You don't need to rush, but you also shouldn't wait too long. The best investment you can make is in yourself, your skills, your health, your relationships, and your mindset. Start with something small. Study 10 minutes a day. Read 1 page. Exercise for 5 minutes. Save a little money. Every small action builds your future foundation. And remember, your energy and curiosity are gifts. Use them while you have them. As you grow older, you will still have wisdom, but you may have less energy or fewer chances to start fresh, so don't waste this beautiful stage of life. Build something meaningful with your time. Build yourself, start now. Your future self will thank you. Because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. For those around 40, it's not too late if you're around 40. This section is for you, and I want you to hear this clearly. It's not too late. Many people at this age begin to think that their best years are behind them. They say things like, "I'm too old to start," or "I wish I had begun earlier." But let me tell you a truth. You are not late. You are right on time. Yes, time moves fast, and maybe your 20s or 30s are behind you. But age also brings something very valuable: wisdom, experience, and understanding. You know yourself better now. You've learned from mistakes. You've seen what really matters in life. That makes your actions today even more powerful. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman named Maria. She was 42 years old and had always dreamed of learning English. For years, she told herself, "I'm too old. English is for students, not for me." But one day, she decided to change that story. She started small, just listening to English podcasts for 10 minutes every morning. Then she began practicing short conversations online. Slowly, her confidence grew. After 1 year, she could talk comfortably with tourists. After 2 years, she got a better job at an international company. And most importantly, she said, "I feel young again because I'm learning." Maria's secret wasn't talent or time, it was courage. She didn't let her age stop her. It's never too late to begin. Every minute can still create change. Maybe you are like Maria. Maybe you've been thinking about improving your English, learning a new skill, starting a business, or changing careers, but you've been waiting. Telling yourself it's too late. It's not. Every new day gives you a fresh 24 hours, the same amount of time as everyone else. The difference is how you use it. You can use it to worry about the past, or you can use it to build your future. You might say, "But younger people learn faster." That might be true, but you learn deeper. Your experience helps you connect ideas, stay focused, and understand the meaning behind what you learn. You have the advantage of patience and perspective. Remember, wisdom is your superpower. Here's another story. A man named Kenji worked at the same company for 20 years. When he turned 45, his company started using new digital tools. At first, he felt lost. He thought, "I'm too old for this. I can't learn like the young employees." Instead of giving up, he started learning little by little. Every day, he watched one short tutorial video and practiced for 15 minutes. Within a few months, he became confident. Soon, younger coworkers came to him for help. Kenji realized something important. Learning doesn't belong to the young. It belongs to the curious. So, if you're around 40, I want you to ask yourself this question. What's one thing I've always wanted to do, but never started? Maybe it's learning a language. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's traveling, painting, or starting a new career. Whatever it is, start now, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, because every minute you use well becomes a seed for your next chapter. You still have time to grow, to create, to change. And remember this, life doesn't end at 40, it restarts. It's the beginning of your wiser, more intentional years. At 20, you chase dreams. At 40, you understand which dreams truly matter. At 20, you rush. At 40, you move with purpose. You've already learned that not everything in life is about speed, it's about direction. And that's why your choices now can be more meaningful than ever. Here's something to think about. If you start learning English at 40 and practice every day for 3 years, you'll be fluent at 43. But if you wait because you feel too old, you'll still be 43, just without the skill. So, which version of you do you want to become? The one who tried or the one who waited? There's a famous saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. That means you can't go back, but you can begin now. And if you begin now, the future will thank you. You don't need to do everything at once. Start small. Spend 10 minutes reading, 5 minutes practicing, 1 minute thinking about what you want. These small steps may look tiny, but they build momentum. And here's something beautiful. When you start, your example can inspire others. Your children, your friends, or even younger people may see your effort and say, if they can do it, so can I. You're not just learning for yourself, you're showing others that learning never stops. So if you've ever thought, I missed my chance, I want you to remember this. Time doesn't erase opportunity, it changes it. You might not have the same energy you had at 20, but you have focus, maturity, and purpose. At 40, you know how to use your time wisely. You understand the value of each hour. That's why starting now can lead to faster, smarter progress than before. And if you ever feel discouraged, remind yourself of Maria, of Kenji, and of countless others who began late but succeeded. They didn't wait for the right moment. They created it. It's never too late to begin. Every minute can still create change. So, whether you're 40, 50, or 60, don't let the number define you. Let your actions define you. Because the truth is, time is not your enemy. It's your partner if you use it with purpose. Start today. Your best years can still be ahead of you. Balance between work and life. Let's be honest, most people today are busy. We wake up, go to work, come home tired, eat, sleep, and repeat. Monday turns into Friday, and before we realize it, another week has disappeared. Here's the problem. Many of us live only for the weekends. We wait for Saturday to breathe, to rest, to feel alive. But life is not meant to be lived only 2 days a week. If we spend all our time working, chasing deadlines, and replying to emails, we may earn money, but we slowly lose something far more valuable: our time, energy, and connection to the people we love. Work gives you money. but time gives you meaning. Work is important, of course. It gives us purpose and stability. But when work becomes everything, it starts to take over our lives. That's when we forget why we're working in the first place, to live a meaningful, happy life. Let me share a story. There was a man named David. He was a manager at a big company and worked more than 10 hours a day. He was proud of his hard work, but deep down, he was always tired. His children grew up quickly, and one day his daughter said, "Dad, you're always busy. You never play with us anymore." Those simple words broke his heart. That night, David realized something. His job was paying him well, but it was costing him his memories. So he made a small change every evening, no matter how busy. He spent at least 10 minutes playing or talking with his kids. Just 10 minutes at first. It didn't seem like much. But soon, those minutes became the most joyful part of his day. His stress went down. His relationship with his family grew stronger. He was still a good worker, but now he was also a present father. That's the power of balance. You don't need to quit your job or take long vacations to enjoy life. You just need to make time, even a little time, for the things and people that make your heart full. As I like to say, even 10 minutes a day for yourself keeps your soul alive. It could be 10 minutes of reading, walking, praying, meditating, stretching, or talking to someone you care about. The activity doesn't matter. The presence does. When you make space for yourself, you recharge. You give your mind and heart a chance to rest. And when you rest, you can work better, think clearer, and live happier. Sometimes we believe we must be productive every moment. But being human is not only about doing, it's also about being. Take a moment now to reflect. When was the last time you sat quietly without checking your phone? When was the last time you laughed deeply with family or friends? When was the last time you took a short walk just to enjoy the sky? If it's been a while, maybe today is the day to start again. Here's another example. A woman named Lena worked as a nurse. Her job was stressful, and she often forgot to care for herself. She thought self-care was selfish. But one day, she realized she was always tired and unhappy. So, she decided to try something small. Every morning before work, she drank tea by her window for 10 quiet minutes. No phone, no noise. That tiny ritual changed her mood completely. She said, "Those 10 minutes remind me who I am before I become who everyone else needs me to be." Balance isn't about equal time for everything. It's about intentional time for what matters most. Here are 3 simple ideas to help you build balance in your daily life. Set boundaries. When work ends, let it end. Turn off notifications, close your laptop, and step away. Your time at home is yours. Protect it. Schedule joy. We schedule meetings, calls, and deadlines. Why not schedule happiness too? Plan a short walk, a phone call with a friend, or dinner with family. Treat joy like an appointment. Rest without guilt. Resting is not being lazy. It's preparation for your next effort. Just like a phone needs charging, your body and mind do too. If you feel you don't have time, start with just 10 minutes. 10 minutes can change everything. Even 10 minutes a day for yourself keeps your soul alive. You'll be surprised, those minutes grow. You'll start finding small pockets of peace in your day. Over time, that peace will make your work stronger, your relationships warmer, and your life brighter. Here's something to remember. No one on their deathbed ever says, "I wish I had spent more time in the office," they say. "I wish I had spent more time with the people I love." So, let's learn to live now, not later. Enjoy your coffee. Take a walk. Watch the sunset. Laugh with friends. Play with your kids. Call your parents, because when you make time for what truly matters, you're not wasting time, you're living it. Life isn't just about surviving weekdays and celebrating weekends. It's about finding small moments of joy, love, and peace every single day, so the next time you feel trapped in your schedule. Remember this: you don't need a perfect balance. You just need awareness. Take care of your work. But also take care of your heart. Work gives you money, but time gives you meaning. Even 10 minutes a day for yourself keeps your soul alive. Start today, one moment, one breath, one small act of balance at a time. The danger of waiting. Let me tell you about a man named Tom. Tom was smart, kind, and full of ideas. He always said things like, "I'll start exercising tomorrow. I'll learn English next month. I'll travel when I have more money." He wasn't lazy. He just believed that there would always be more time. But here's the truth: someday never comes. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and before Tom knew it, 10 years had passed. He looked back and realized he had said tomorrow too many times, and now he had run out of tomorrows. He felt regret, not because he had failed, but because he had never started. This story isn't just about Tom. It's about all of us. We've all said those same words: "I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it later. I'll wait until I'm ready." But time doesn't wait. It moves quietly, like a soft breeze. You don't notice until it's gone. Every later becomes a never if we keep waiting. Why do we wait? Sometimes it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being perfect. Other times it's comfort. We tell ourselves, "I'm too tired today," or "I'll be more motivated tomorrow." But motivation is not the problem. Waiting is. Think about a seed. If you keep waiting for the perfect weather to plant it, you might miss the entire growing season. You don't need the perfect day, you just need to begin. Let me ask you a question. How many dreams have you delayed because you thought you had time? Maybe you wanted to start learning English, but you said, "I'll begin next week." Maybe you wanted to write a book, start a small business, or get healthier, but you kept waiting for the right moment. Here's a secret: there is no right moment. The right moment is now. Life doesn't wait until we're ready. It moves fast, and every day we wait, we lose a piece of our dream. Let me share a simple story from real life. There was a woman named Mina. For years, she dreamed of learning guitar. But she always said, "I'll start when I'm less busy." Years passed. One day she was 50, and her hands weren't as strong as before. She finally bought a guitar, and when she held it, she smiled sadly and said, "I wish I had started earlier." Still, she began. It wasn't easy, but she practiced a little each day. A year later, she could play songs beautifully. She told her friends, "I can't go back to being 30 again, but I can start today." And that's enough. Her story teaches us this powerful truth. It's never too late to start, but it's always too early to wait. So, don't be like Tom, always waiting for someday. Be like Mina. Start today, even if it's small. Because starting small today is better than starting big never. Let's do a little reflection exercise. Think of one thing you've been saying, "I'll do it later," about. Maybe it's exercising, learning, calling someone, or starting a project. Now, ask yourself honestly, what will happen if I wait another year? The answer is simple. Nothing will change. But if you take one small action today, everything can change. One sentence of English practice. One short walk outside. One message to a friend. One tiny step forward. That's how change begins. You don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. When you start, you create energy. You feel progress. You become someone who takes action instead of someone who only dreams. Here's another thought. We often say, "I'll do it when I have time." But time isn't something you find, it's something you make. If something truly matters, you'll never find time for it, you'll create time for it. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference. The truth is, waiting is easy, but it costs us the future. Action is hard, but it builds the future. Every successful person you admire once started small. They didn't wait for the perfect time, they created it. So here's your reminder. Don't let waiting steal your dreams. Don't let later become never. Someday is not a day on the calendar. If you keep saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," one day you'll wake up and realize tomorrow has turned into 10 years, so start now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, if you can take one small step today, do it. Open the book. Write the first sentence. Take the first walk. Say the first hello. Your future self will thank you. Because the truth is, a perfect time is not when you're ready. It's when you begin. Someday never comes. Start today. The power of small daily habits. Let's talk about something very simple but very powerful habits. Not the big, exciting things we do once in a while, but the small, quiet actions we do every single day. Time doesn't reward big effort once. It rewards consistency. Think about it. If you study English for 15 minutes a day, that doesn't sound like much, right? But let's do the math. 15 minutes a day becomes 105 minutes a week. About 7 hours a month and 84 hours in 1 year. That's more than 3 full days of learning. And if you keep doing it for 3 years, that's over 250 hours. Now imagine how good your English would be after that. That's the secret of small daily habits. They seem small today, but over time, they become huge. Small steps today build a strong tomorrow. Let's look at a simple story. There was a young man named Leo who wanted to learn English. He tried studying for hours once a week, but he always felt tired and gave up. Then, one day, he decided to study only 10 minutes every day, listening to one English video, reading one short story, or writing one small paragraph. At first, it felt too easy. But after 3 months, he realized he could understand more. After 6 months, he could talk with confidence. After 1 year, he was fluent. His secret: small, daily habits. He didn't wait for motivation. He built a routine. That's how success grows, not from one big effort, but from hundreds of small, steady steps. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't brush for 2 hours once a week. You brush for 2 minutes every day. It's simple, easy, and it works because it's consistent. The same is true for learning, exercising, saving money, or improving your life. Consistency beats intensity every time. Let's use another example. Imagine 2 friends, Anna and Mark. Anna goes to the gym for 3 hours once a week. Mark exercises for 15 minutes every day. After a year, who do you think is healthier? It's Mark, the one who is consistent. Because small, daily action builds discipline, and discipline builds results. It's like planting seeds. One seed won't grow a forest, but if you plant a few seeds every day, one day you'll look up and see a field of green trees. That's how habits work. At first, you don't see much change. But if you stay patient, the results will surprise you. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. Let's be honest, building habits isn't always easy. Sometimes you feel tired, busy, or lazy. But remember, even 1 minute counts. If you can't study for 15 minutes, do 5 minutes. If you can't walk for 30 minutes, walk for 5. If you can't write a whole page, write 1 line, because small progress is still progress. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to start and keep going. Every time you repeat an action, your brain learns it's important. Over time, that action becomes automatic, like breathing. That's when it turns into a habit. Here's a trick. Link your new habit to something you already do while drinking your morning coffee. Listen to English audio. After brushing your teeth, review 1 new English word. Before bed, gives. Write one English sentence about your day. Tiny habits like these can change your life because they fit easily into your routine. And when you keep doing them, something magical happens. Your confidence grows. You start to believe, I can do this. That feeling becomes fuel, and that fuel keeps you going. Remember this: time rewards consistency, even if your daily action feels small. The clock is working in your favor. Every day adds up. Every minute matters. Every small choice creates your future. If you spend 15 minutes scrolling on your phone, nothing changes. But if you spend those same 15 minutes learning, reading, or moving, your future becomes stronger. So, choose wisely how you spend your time. Here's a short reflection exercise. What's one small thing you can do every day for your future self? Maybe it's learning a new word. Maybe it's walking outside. Maybe it's saving a little money. Whatever it is, do it daily, because your habits are like invisible builders. Every day, they're building your future life, brick by brick. Let's finish with a short story. There was a woman named Sarah. She wanted to write a book, but never had time. So she promised herself to write 1 page a day. It didn't feel like much. But after 1 year, she had written 365 pages, a complete book. When people asked how she did it, she smiled and said, I just wrote 1 page a day. That's the beauty of small daily habits. They don't demand much, but they transform everything. So today, choose one small action and do it. Don't worry about the big picture. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just take that one small step and keep repeating it. Because success is not built in a day, it's built day by day. Small steps today build a strong tomorrow. Time rewards consistency. Start small. Stay steady. Your future self will thank you. Learning to respect time is one of the most valuable gifts we have. Yet it's also one of the easiest things to waste. We protect our money. We protect our phones. But how often do we protect our time? Every day, we spend hours scrolling through our phones, watching videos we don't even enjoy, or worrying about things we can't control. Then suddenly, the day is gone, and we ask ourselves, where did my time go? Here's the truth. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. Money lost can be earned again. Time lost is gone forever. That's why learning to respect time is one of the most important skills you can ever have. Let me share a simple story. There was a man named Eli who loved watching short videos on his phone. Every night, he promised himself just 10 minutes, then I'll sleep. But those 10 minutes always became 1 hour. Sometimes 2. The next morning, he felt tired and guilty. He didn't finish his English study, didn't exercise, and always said, I'll do better tomorrow. But tomorrow became next week, and next week became next month. One day, he looked at his phone and saw that his screen time was over 5 hours a day. That's more than 70 days a year, more than 2 months, spent just scrolling. That number shocked him, so Eli decided to make a change. He started using a simple rule. If it doesn't teach me, help me, or bring me peace, I stop. He replaced scrolling with reading for 15 minutes, writing a journal, or watching English videos that helped him grow in just a few months. His energy changed. He slept better, felt happier, and finally started reaching his goals. That's the power of respecting time. You don't need to become a time management expert, just start becoming aware. Here are some practical tips to help you respect your time and use it wisely. 1. Use a to-do list before your day starts. Write down what you want to do. It doesn't have to be long, just 3 simple tasks. For example, study English for 15 minutes, go. For a 10-minute walk, call my parents. When you write your goals down, your brain focuses better. You move from reacting to the day to leading your day. Each time you check off a task, you feel proud and motivated to continue. 2. Reflect before bed, night. Take 2 minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? What can I do better tomorrow? This small reflection helps you see how you used your time. It's like holding a mirror to your day. You learn from it. When you practice reflection daily, you slowly become more intentional about your time. 3. Control digital distractions. Our phones are amazing tools, but they can also be time thieves. Set limits. Turn off unnecessary notifications. If possible, have no phone times like the first 30 minutes after waking up or 1 hour before bed. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for a book, a notebook, or even a moment of silence. Those quiet minutes are when real thinking and peace happen. 4. Plan. But stay flexible. Respecting time doesn't mean scheduling every minute. It means knowing what matters and protecting space for it. Some days will go as planned. Others won't. That's okay. What matters is not perfection, but awareness. If something unexpected happens, adjust, but don't give up. Your time belongs to you. Guide it with kindness, not pressure. 5. Value time like a treasure. Imagine your day as a bank that gives you 24 hours every morning. You can't save these hours. You can only spend them. So ask yourself, how do I want to spend my 24 hours today? Will you spend them on worry, distraction, and regret, or on learning, loving, and living? When you respect your hours, your life slowly fills with purpose. Let's look at another story. There was a woman named Gina who worked long hours. She always said she didn't have time for her dreams. But one day, she tracked her daily routine and discovered she spent 2 hours each evening watching random videos. She didn't realize it until she saw the number on her phone, so she made a change. She decided to use just half of that time for personal growth. She studied English for 30 minutes and took an online art class for another 30. A year later, she was speaking English confidently and even selling her own paintings online. She said, "I didn't need more time. I just needed to use my time better." That's the lesson. Most of us don't lack time. We just lose it to things that don't matter. When you respect time, life respects you back, because time is not just minutes and hours. It's your life energy. When you spend time on learning, creating, and connecting, you're actually investing in your future self. When you waste time on distractions and delay, you're slowly giving away your potential. So today, make a promise to yourself. I will respect my time. I will use it wisely. You don't have to change everything in one day. Just start by noticing where your time goes and gently guide it toward what matters most. Because at the end of life, you won't remember the hours you spent scrolling or complaining. You'll remember the moments you used time well. You can always make more money, but never more time. So value each moment. Use it with purpose. And remember, respecting time is the same as respecting your life. Take back your time. So, my friends, we've talked about something that belongs to all of us. Time. It doesn't matter who we are, where we live, or what job we do. We each get the same 24 hours in a day. But what makes the difference between success and regret is how we use those hours. In this journey, we've learned a few powerful lessons. We learned that laziness and waiting quietly steal our dreams. We learned that small daily actions can build huge success over time. We learned that balance and awareness make life more meaningful. And now, at the end of our lesson, I want to remind you of one thing. Don't let time take control. You control it. Time is always moving. It never stops, never slows down. The clock keeps ticking whether we act or not. That means the choice is always in your hands. You can spend your time or you can invest it. You can waste it on worry, fear, and delay, or you can use it to grow, learn, and live. You see, time is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Time is your most honest teacher. It teaches you what matters most. It shows you what happens when you wait too long. It rewards you when you use it wisely. Let's remember this truth. No one can control time, but everyone can choose how to use it. So how do we take back our time? It starts with small, simple actions, the same way we learn throughout this series. Here's how you can begin. 1. Be aware. Notice how you spend your time. You don't need to track every second, but ask yourself, am I spending my time or wasting it? When you become aware, you naturally start making better choices. 2. Set intentions, not just schedules. You can fill your calendar with tasks, but what's the purpose behind them? Don't just plan what to do, understand why you're doing it. When your actions match your purpose, time feels meaningful, not empty. 3. Start now. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 48. The best time to start something important is now. Start learning English. Start exercising. Start reading. Start saving. Start spending time with people you love, because waiting for someday only takes you farther away from your dream. Remember the man who always said, "I'll do it tomorrow." 10 years later, he regretted every delay. And the woman who started small, she changed her life by taking tiny steps every day. The difference between those two stories isn't luck, it's action. Someday never comes. Start today, for respect time, and it will respect you. Time doesn't argue, it doesn't complain, it doesn't stop. But when you treat it with respect, when you plan, reflect, and stay consistent, time becomes your friend. Use it well, and it will reward you. When you give time to learning, it gives you wisdom. When you give time to people, it gives you love. When you give time to yourself, it gives you peace. Now, I want to speak directly to young people and adults around 40 or more. Both groups have something powerful to remember. To the young, you have energy, curiosity, and potential. Don't waste these golden years. Start building now, your skills, your habits, your dreams. The earlier you start, the stronger your future will be. To those around 40. Maybe you think it's too late, but it's not. You still have time, and you have experience, wisdom, and perspective. Use them. Every minute can create change. You can still learn, still grow, still become who you want to be. Life doesn't end at 40. Sometimes that's when it truly begins. So whether you are young or older, the message is the same. Don't let time take over your time. Let's do one last reflection exercise together. Close your eyes for a moment and think about this question. If I had one more hour every day, how would I use it? Now, open your eyes. That extra hour doesn't exist, but you can create it by using your time wisely. You can reclaim wasted minutes, turn them into learning, growth, and connection. Because time isn't just passing, it's becoming your life. Every second is part of your story. Let's finish with 3 final truths to keep in your heart. Time is your most honest teacher. It never lies. It shows what you truly value by how you spend it. Use it well, and it will reward you. When you invest your time in good things, learning, love, health, kindness, it always gives back. Don't let time take over your time. Be the author of your life, not just a reader of it. So, my friends, as we close this lesson, I want to remind you, your time is your life. Treat it like gold. Spend it on what matters. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Even one small action can begin a new chapter. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that how you used your time became the story of your life. So make it a good one. Take back your time. Live it, own it. Enjoy it, and remember, you are the one in control of your clock. Don't let time take over your time.